Well, that's one person coming in. What's going on? I'm just got this thing set up. I don't know what's going on over there. And I want to holler at you guys real quick. Hopefully, I can. I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit to get in. I'm gonna get right to it. I got a little list of things I want to talk about just for a quick second. Hello all. Hello all. Is the sound okay? I hope it do. Everything sound okay? How's the sound? You say it sound good? It's fine. Okay. All right. Like I said, I won't keep you guys too long. I got what at least 281 people in. Please click the like button. Um, First of all, we got Memorial Day coming up, and some people, they say I don't celebrate no holidays and all the things like that. Well, Memorial Day, if most of you did not know, Memorial Day was created by black people. Now, you have a man by the name of David W. Blight. He's a historian with Yale University, and he talked about that, how back in the spring of 1865, Union soldiers, including the members of the 21st United States Infantry, liberated the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. Now, he dug through the archive at Harvard, and they commemorated on May 1, 1865, at an old race course and jockey club where hundreds of captive Union prisoners had died of disease and been buried in mass graves. The black residents exhumed the bodies and gave them proper burials, erected a fence around the cemetery, and built an archway over the words "Martyrs of the Race Course." Now, they said 10,000 black people then staged a procession in the morning, led by thousands of school children, carrying roses and singing the Union anthem, John Brown's Body, the great abolitionist. Hundreds of black women followed with baskets of flowers, wreaths, and crosses. Black men, including Union infantrymen, also marched. The children's choir sang spirituals and patriotic songs, including the Star Spangled Banner. They said the war was over and Memorial Day had been founded by African Americans in a ritual of remembrance and consecration. So, what I'm trying to say, Memorial Day was created. Thank you for the super chat, whoever did that. I was looking at the time. Was commemorated by black people. Now, later, white Southerners did not like that at all, and so they took it back themselves and tried to take black people out of it during Reconstruction. But understand that Memorial Day is a holiday created by black people. Just want to let you know that your brothers and sisters created that holiday, just like a lot of things your brothers and sisters created in this nation, and they try to take it and don't give you credit for the things that you create. Just want to let you know that. Now, during the Civil War, those brothers and sisters, the reason why they got involved in the Civil War, oh, sorry about that. They were fighting for their freedom. And they were courageous men and women. And they had to work for their freedom. They wasn't fearful and they wasn't lazy by a long shot. It took great courage to fight in the Civil War. Those black men and black women. Even Harriet Tubman was in the Civil War herself. She was a nurse and a spy. So not only did she do the Underground Railroad, she was part of the Civil War. That woman was courageous. She wasn't fearful. She had to work for her freedom as well. And she did that. Great sister in history. It took a lot of courage and work to build Black Wall Street. It took a lot of courage and work to build all the schools we built on our own. All the 200 plus all black towns that we built. It took a lot of courage and work to do that. The Civil Rights Movement took a lot of courage to do that. Marcus Garvey, his work, took a lot of courage to do that. The work of the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X, it took a lot of work and courage to do that. The Black Panthers, courage and work. There was no fear in them. They understood they had to get their sleeves rolled up, and the work had to be done for the liberation of our community. But then you transform it to 2018, and that courage of our ancestors, it's like it's gone. Now I got a little stick on my hand. My little girl put it on my hand. Anyway, the courage has been replaced with fear. And the work has been replaced with laziness. Not lazy that we won't get a job. No. But the laziness from doing the work. We are more fearful today, probably more fearful than the original slaves that came off of the ships, going on the plantation. Fearful. We see the fear within the NFL players. See that. That's great fear. I researched that the other day. And what were they saying? That they were looking forward to trying to fight for the Super Bowl and have a good season. And even though they're literally violating their constitutional rights, that every black person fought in every war, there's no conflict or war that black people did not fight in, and every constitutional right belongs to black people, but they are worrying about a Super Bowl. These are black men. They don't care about their rights. Let me tell you something. If they could take away your rights, then they're about to put you on the plantation. I mean, you let them take that away. Trump just said you get out of the country. Is that going to be next? Well, they're not stupid. They're not going to kick you out of the country. They use you like parasites, so they need you. But I'm just saying, I mean, you don't stand up for nothing. You have no courage in you. Those brothers and sisters were dealing with more problems than we ever dealt with today. Trust me on that. We are in a great position they left us in, and we have reversed back to just fear. And you know, I was listening to Dr. John Henry Clark the other day, and he said that the moment black people realize who they are, he said, we are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. He said, and they know that, and they don't want us to know that. That's why they try to keep us in the position that we're in. We so fearful now. Fear. Like, what are you afraid of? You can say, well, if we fight back, they're going to do this. They're already killing you. They're already disenfranchising you. You're not fighting back. You're not standing up. Okay? We have more division today than those brothers and sisters ever had before. A lot of division. We talked about religion is one way people divide. We talk about colorism is another way people divide, unfortunately, and it's all symptoms of white supremacy. Now we got divisions with who's for the community. We got divisions. And I'm getting into that because this other group of people, they mean us no earthly good for progress. Now we always saying that we in a war, but a lot of you talk that, but you don't even understand what you're saying when you're talking about war, okay? If the United States is in a war with another country, the United States is going to do a few things. They're going to study the enemy completely. They're going to know about the capabilities, the land mass. They're going to know about the weapons they have. They're going to try to know everything they can know about their enemy. They study them. That's what they do. Any military is going to study the enemy, right? So that's something they do all the time. They study every country. They study everything. If you don't believe me, they got the website for the CIA. It tell you everything about different countries, their resources, their land mass. They tell you everything. They got it already documented about these different countries. Okay? So everyone to them, no matter if they say an ally, they understand they could be a potential enemy. They know that. So they want to make sure they prepared for everybody and everything. Now, one thing they want, they in a war, they would love a defector. Now, a defector, let's say they had a war with North Korea. We was talking North Korea. They would love a defector to come over to want to give information to the United States, to tell them about the plans, tell them about the terrain, tell them about everything. That's what they would love. And they would use that particular defector for their own good. They would send them probably back over there to infiltrate, to spy. Thank you, Chris, 1301. To spy or whatever they may send them over there to do, right? They understand that. They will take care of this defector. Now, how does that relate to black people? We talk about the so-called coons, right? And the shucking and jiving. What's one thing white supremacy do to coons? They reward them, don't they? Didn't he say it's a lot of capital in cooning? That's why they do it. Think about it. If you want to make a lot of money, coon. that your money gonna go up real quick. You do not make money talking about black and, for black people. You don't make money like that. The money is in the cooning. What Candace Owens is doing, that's where the money at. It's not even talking about black folks. Because Candace Owens, she used to talk about racism and all the other stuff before. Then she switched over. Thank you, Gene Diggs. She switched over talking about conservative. And now look at her. Talking about, racism don't exist and all that other stuff. Now, if we were smart and we talking about war, you have to have somebody from the other side who's want to work with you and do anything they can. You have to use them to help you. Now, Malcolm X said this when he talked about the white liberal. He said, if they want to come help, or any white person that want to come help us, they stand on the sideline. They teach us whatever they want to teach us. They don't come in, they don't infiltrate it, they don't take it over, but they help us from the side, and then we go out and do what we got to do, right? Now, if you so-called in a war, like you say, if a white person so-called they feel bad, right? They say, I just want to do something. My ancestors were evil. I want to do something. I have white people all the time tell me, how can I help? I want to do something. I mean, it's just, I see what we do is evil. I want to do what I can. Okay, well, some of you aren't understanding enough when you talk about this war thing. If they want to help you and genuinely want to do it, they're not trying to come in and take over what you're doing. They're not trying to be the head of anything. Like Malcolm X said, they can't come in and be the head of nothing. You can be on the sideline and be willing to help, right? You understand that in this society, they have a privilege that you don't have. No matter what you do, they got more privilege than you, period. Okay? Now, if they come in, let's say like we needed something. We needed to get a grant. We need to get a permit. We need to get something. They won't give it to us. But if we could have someone that's truly on the team, okay, and you can say, look, I can't get it, she can't get it, but this lady can get it. All right. So she want to help out. She can go talk to them. She can get with them and get the permit and finesse them to help us. But some of you don't think that way. That's our strategy. But some of you say just because they Caucasian, I can't fool with them. They the enemy. They did say that, but yet they sit up there and use you all the freaking time. They use you to infiltrate. They use you to be their voice. They use you for everything and pay them well. Trust me on that. You know that. So why is it that you aren't saying, okay, if I got a white person that want to really do something, they're not taking over. They teaching me the game that I don't have. They willing to use their privilege in society to help further the cause. They're willing to donate. They're willing to do this. They're willing to do that. Why aren't you taking advantage of that? Why aren't you taking advantage of it? See, we have some people in our community that love black people, and they really do. But we also have some people, I would say, that are what I call extreme pro-black extremists, and that's dangerous people I'm about to talk about. If you love black people, you love black people, regardless, right? There are people in our community now that's starting to sound like white supremacists. And I always said I never was going to try to turn into what I hate. I hate white supremacy. I hate white supremacists, and I'm not trying to turn into a white supremacist. But there are people, just like a white supremacist. You know how a white supremacist, if a white person don't agree with them 100%, they're a race traitor? Well, no matter how they think, if this white person don't agree with them, they're a race traitor. That's what, and some white people have been hung in society for being a quote-unquote race traitor. Well, how they do things is what they do. I'm talking about us and how we do it, okay? Yeah, see, yeah, network not found, you know what I'm talking about. If a black person says one thing that they don't agree with, you're a coon. You're a coon. They don't articulate why. They don't say, you know, at any moment you could be a coon. But they love black people. They say they love Black Coon, and everybody is you know. And like I said, I call out white supremacy. I call them to the, you know, I do. I got a history of calling them out. But you say more things I would never say in my videos because it get me locked up. You know, the reason y'all ain't locked up because you don't have a platform. But you say all this crap you say in your comment section, making threats and all this other stuff. That's another thing. Stop coming here telling people in my comment section who could comment here and who can't. Because if I catch you saying it to anybody, I'm gonna block you. Because you know what? You don't tell people they can and cannot comment here. You can't. You don't know anything what you're talking about. Anybody comment to you say something stupid. I don't care what color you are. But they come here and they say they love black people, but they're not really ready to engage black people in their condition. Black people have self-hate issues. Black people have colorism issues. Black people aren't learned in a lot. Black people gonna make mistakes today. They're gonna make mistakes tomorrow. They're gonna make plenty of mistakes. You got to meet black people where they're at, love them, and give them the teachings. You don't hate black people. How can I say I love black people? And let me tell you something else. Everybody got a tweet. Everybody got a video that you probably done in the past that you look at today and say, man, why did I say that back then? Or why did I know I got some. I didn't come into the knowledge of anything until about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Prior to that, I know I said some stuff that I don't agree with today. I used to make videos talking about wild hyena hood rats. You know why I don't do that anymore? Because I came into the knowledge to say, you know what? It isn't good at the way my platform is growing to be relating, even though I don't like the hood rat stuff, I don't. But I don't want to be relating hyenas next to, even though I don't agree with these females, they're still sisters in the community. I don't want to do that. So that's why I took down the majority of those videos myself. I took them down. It's called growth. At one point in time, I had no issue with them videos. So we all done said and did things that we can look back now and say, man, why did I do that? Why did I say that? But according to some of y'all, if a race soldier killed me today, you'll be like, oh shoot, that's what he get. He made them videos about the hyenas. Yeah, that's good. That's good than white folks killing. That's what some of these people say. But yeah, you want to say white supremacy is the enemy? I would never see the United States, if they in a war, they get the F-16 shot down with a pilot didn't like the military strategy. He was kind of against it, but he went along with it. And they shoot down the F-16 and kill his pilot. They're not gonna say, oh, that's what he get. That's good they kill him. What military do that? Like with the Stephen Clark situation, I didn't agree with them tweets at all. Them tweets was wrong. I didn't agree with that female, what she was saying either. But if you're thinking strategy, if you're thinking militarily, you don't side with your enemy for the murder of somebody in your community. You deal with that person in your community yourself. You chastise him. You don't sit up there and celebrate and say that's what he get and justify the enemy of murdering one of your own. How is it you gonna say police brutality is an issue, but yet you celebrating it? You're saying it's okay. That's what he get. Or if a black woman is killed that's dating a white man, that's happened, you don't sit up there and say, oh, she get for dating them white men. And I'm not advocating they do that. I'm just saying, if you're thinking about war, you do not celebrate the death of black people for no circumstance. And if you think you're going to do that, be quiet. Don't tweet. Don't make a video. Because it's off your strategy. You're going to let your so-called enemy know it's okay to kill you. All they have to do is find a way to demonize you to your people. And then all you're going to do is, oh, it's cool you killed them. It's good. Let's talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Separating. If you really want to separate, you could, but you choose not to. So please, don't get me about this separatist. The only time it was separate in this country is when white folks wanted to separate. Because you truly want to separate, you could. Or if you really want to separate, we got a whole continent of 54 nations. It ain't white folks over, well, it's some white folks. It is. And trust me, when I go to Ethiopia, I'm going to ask them what they got going on. Trust me, I am. But if you truly wanted to do that, you could. But then the same people I'm talking about who will sit up there and say it's good, these folks kill you, don't want to go to Africa either. Oh, we over here with them Africans, this and that. Well, hold on. I thought you loved black people. What's wrong with going to the continent? What's wrong with building with them? See, the thing is, you got all this calling people coon, calling people this, calling people that. You know, like for instance, when I had Anthony Brian Logan on the debate, coon, I was getting pissed off reading that. I'm like, doggone it. Of course, I don't agree with Anthony Brian Logan. I don't. But I would still talk to that brother and see if I could meet him somewhere in his mindset and get him to come to the table, and maybe we could come to a happy median and show him, well, maybe, brother, this is where you err your ways at. And I had a conversation with him off camera, and he was understanding where I was coming from. But if you never talk to black people, you're not going to get to them. You got to talk to all kind of black people. If they think they conservative, they atheists, they this, they that. No matter what black people are, you have to talk to them. If you want to unify black people, you got to talk to all of them. You can't look at them and say, oh, they're coon. That's why I made sure to try to block that word in my comment section now. I'm sick of that word because it's so easy to name call. Name calling is what white supremacists do all day. They can't articulate anything. Just name calling. And then these same people, when you run into white folks or black people in the street, you ain't gonna walk up to a black woman and that's what a white man say, you bed wench. You know good and well you ain't about to do that. You ain't about to walk up to no black man that's what a white woman say, you bed buck. Or you're not gonna walk up to no white man or white woman and call them cave beast. You're not gonna do any of that crap. You're gonna shut your mouth and go on by your business. My thing is, if you're gonna do it online, do it in the real world. I'm not gonna be on here telling you things that you can't apply in the real world. That would be unfair to you and wrong to sit up there and say all this stuff to you online, and then you get in the real world and do something stupid. I want you to take things that apply to your life and bring solutions, because them same people were doing all that. Where's they schools for our black children? They want to, anytime I report these stories, I'm sick and tired of our kids going through things in schools. They don't want to create schools for our children. So-called talking cave beasts all day, but you still sending your kids with a white teacher at a white school. You ain't creating a black school. You're not doing it. And don't be mentioning Umar or whatever. You ain't creating a black school with black teachers. Them same people working for white folks got a white supervisor. They're not working for themselves. They're not working for black people. They're still shopping at white businesses. They're still eating at white restaurants. What you going over there for? I said a long time ago, I hate white supremacy. I hate white supremacists. I don't hate nobody, but I hate them because that's evil. I hate murderers. I hate rapists. I hate child molesters. Anything that's just evil. I hate it. But if you're not evil, I ain't got nothing against you. That's my position. Let me plug this in real quick. I need to get some juice on here. Give me a second, guys, before this run out on me. Give me a second. Hopefully that'd be good. All right, we got some juice. My thing is, we need to love black people. And I take responsibility on that. I'm not gonna be reporting certain stories. Like, here's a story the other day, that a black woman had said something about a state trooper. She accused him of rape or molesting or whatever. Come out, it wasn't true. Now, my thoughts is, I gotta protect the image of black women, because I know if I make that story, these racists gonna run with it, and anything happens to a black woman in the future, they're gonna swear up and down she's lying because of this one black woman. So I'm just not gonna report on it, to protect the image of black women. But you know, I'm a coon. So they call me a coon too. They don't even understand so-called bed wenching and bed bucking is a mentality. And that mentality is an anti-black mentality. That's what makes the bed wenching or bed bucking a bad thing. It's anti-black. It's I hate black people and I love white supremacy and white people more than life itself. That's what make that bad. I've met people in my life that's been with whoever. The first thing all I care about is what are you anti-black or what you got going on? That's what I care about. But them people, the first time they hear something, oh, you just a bed wench, you a bed bug. Like, at the end of the day, when it comes to black men and women, when them race soldiers come, for example, Philando Castile had a black girlfriend. Did that stop the race soldiers from killing him? Eric Garner had a black wife. Did that stop the race soldiers from killing him? John Crawford had a white girlfriend. Did that stop the race soldiers from killing him? The one in Walmart, he had a white girlfriend. And they end up killing his white girlfriend. Not much later. So her being white didn't really stop that from happening, did it? There have been plenty of black men that had no girlfriend at all. They still kill them. If you could get with a woman of a different race and you can escape blackness, I think a lot of black men would, due to the pressure that we have. But you will never escape this skin, no matter what female you with or no female you don't have. You will never escape being black. Never. Never. And the majority of black men marry black women. The majority of black men that have a six-figure salary marry black women. That is the God's honest truth. That's facts. Now, the media are going to promote interracial whatever, but the majority of black men marry black women, and the majority of black women marry black men. In the U.S., on the continent of Africa, we have over 1 billion black people on the continent of Africa alone. Like, black people not going nowhere. Trust me, we not. Like, y'all sit up here and pay attention to this propaganda that's like we just gonna be gone. Like, no, that's not our problem. We don't have a birth rate problem with over 1 billion Africans. We don't have a birth rate. We don't have a birth rate problem in the United States. We don't have that problem. That's not our issue. But we need to love black people. Some of us got mother issues. Some of us got father issues. We're going to have to love each other enough to talk through these issues. Some of us have issues with our color, our features. We're going to talk to each other about those issues. And some of the decisions we made is based off of some of the hate that we have for ourselves. But you got to love us enough to say, let's deal with these issues and problems. We talking about the crime in our community. We got to love these kids enough to try to get to them. And the biggest issue with a lot of these boys is that they just angry. They don't have no love. Like they've been abandoned probably by their parents. They go on the street. They don't feel like they'll have no hope, no opportunity. So they just go out there. Like I said, they revert to a very savage nature because they don't know who they are. A savage don't know who they are. And that's what they reverted black people to when he got off the ships. Reverted us to a savage. Now we learning the knowledge. Now we learning who we truly are as black people. We learning now, but we got to have some love. We can't let the hate of the white supremacists infect our group. And now we're turning into a black version of the white supremacists. And now we hating black people because they don't think like us, like some white supremacists. No, we got to have more love for black people. Love. Love for period. And everybody ain't your enemy. I can honestly say, I'm telling you the truth about my life. Have I met some racist people? Hell yeah, I met some racist people. But not everybody in my life has ever been racist toward me. Not every non-black person has been racist toward me. But the way some of these extremists think, everybody's racist. No, they not. I've had Vietnamese people have been cool with me and put me on a lot of game, business-wise, or just being cool with me. I've had white people put me on game about business and different things in society. I've had Hispanics. I've had other groups, Arabs, even people that like my show. You know, I've had Arabs come up to me with their families, like saying, "Hey, I love what you do." Asians, Hispanics, like say blacks for sure, and whites. I've had all these people come up to me and say, "I like what you do." And you say, "I relate to it," even though I know you talk about the black community, but I really relate to it. You know, you telling the truth. That's when I go out in the street. But if I'm sitting up here constantly talking like some people, I wouldn't even get that kind of love from people outside the community. And if you know I fight for what we got going on here, but how are we going to solve our problems if we don't have no love in our own community? That's just what I'm trying to get back to. Love. We got to love each other, okay? We got to love each other. Love. Okay? We can't try to destroy each other just because of a disagreement. We can't have black women hate. We can't have black men hate. Instead of having hate for black women or hate for black men, figure out the problem, solve the problem. See, it's so easy to say black women suck or black men suck. Figure out the problems. Even if you say, well, the black woman going with a white man or the black man going with a white woman, figure out why that's happening. Stop complaining. What's the solution? Figure out, talk to him. What happened? Did you meet him just because? Or is it on some self-hate? And if it's some self-hate, how can we heal that self-hate so that self-hate don't replicate in the children that they have possibly already have? We talking about solutions to our problems. But all people want to do is get on the internet talking about the problem. I mean, the problem is easy to talk about. I talk about some of the problems, but the solution is fixing the problem so we can stop this from going on from generation to generation to generation. And love is the one thing that we missing so much of. And I'm saying love in general for each other. I'm not just saying in a relationship, but love for each other just in general. We don't want to have that love. We so quick to hate each other. We so quick to kill each other. We so quick to try to destroy people's reputation in our community. We try to destroy people's business. We do all this stuff that we do to each other. Some things, people have said about me. I've seen some of y'all come over here and saying things about me, but then I catch you on other channels talking crap about me too. I see y'all. I see some of y'all do that too. You think I don't see? I see, and I get a lot of messages from people that look out for me. And they say, Phil, hey, watch out for this person. Watch out for that person. Let me show you this screenshot with you. Let me give you this link, Phil. Let me show you what this person's saying about you, just so you can know. They say they like you, but they really don't. Or other people, videos you're going to, don't even know we real cool. Some people on YouTube, I got their personal phone numbers. They'll call me and say, hey, man, I saw this and that. I'm letting you know, man. I ain't say nothing, but you think we don't, some of us content creators don't talk? You think we don't talk? Some of us do. Some of us got each other's personal phone numbers. So, the fakes, the snakes, and the lames, I cut them out real quick. But we got to be careful with that, with other black people, because with the hate, and a black person thinks you get one step above them, now you better than them, which is so untrue. If other races sit up there and say, you know what, I'm going to help him out, I'm going to help her out, and we all going to come up together, we got to drop that jealousy, which is nothing but hatred. Drop that jealousy. And don't think your brother or sister's hiding you. Get with them and find out. And then when you do get with them and they help you out, don't turn around and poop on them. I'm not gonna say another word. Don't turn around and act like, so now you got a little step up. Now you think you something. Man, I'm a loyal person. If you help me, I'ma never forget that. I will never forget it. I said, man, she helped me when I didn't have nothing. Or he helped me get a leg up. You can't get me to say nothing bad about you. I don't care what you did. My mouth gonna be shut. Like, man, look, my loyalty won't let me talk about them. That's what won't let me talk. What they did for me won't let me talk. They put me on, so I ain't saying crap. If anything, I'm gonna defend them. Because I was raised to have loyalty. Loyalty is a big thing to me. Loyalty. I tell people, I believe in that stray dog loyalty. You know how you find a stray dog and you feed him and you take him in That's the best dog you can get, is a stray dog. Because that dog said, man, he took me in, he fed me, I got a good place to stay. That dog would die for you because of loyalty. And I'm like that. I'm loyal. You help me, I'll never forget it. You get on that list with me, you could never worry about me turning on you. And even if I had an issue with you, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. If I can't discuss it privately, it's definitely not going to be public. Because I'm loyal like that. It's just that simple. Loyalty is a big thing to me. And in the black community, we need to learn to be loyal. You know, people talking about R. Kelly and all that. And he said, oh, why you defending R. Kelly? Look, R. Kelly did some dirt. Oh, yeah, he did some dirt. And R. Kelly should have went down a long time ago. But one thing I said I'm not going to do, I'm not going to jump in when white supremacy is coming at even R. Kelly. I'm not going to jump in on that. I'm not going to jump in against black people when they pouncing on them. R. Kelly should have been taken care of a long time ago by us. Because really the women he did things to is the black women. We should have handled R. Kelly. But all of a sudden you coming after Chris Brown, Bill Cosby. You know, in the Chris Brown situation, he had nothing to do with what they coming after him about. His so-called homeboy did that. He had nothing to do with that. But they coming after Chris Brown now. R. Kelly, Morgan Freeman. And Morgan Freeman, I'm going to make a separate video about that. The video they got, he's freaking flirting. And the one video had a black woman he was flirting with. Now, one thing about black women, if they don't want you flirting with them, they're going to say, hold on, bro. No. The black women shut you down real quick. Like, oh, okay. They're not going to play that game with you if they don't want you flirting with them. You ain't about to violate no black woman. And the black woman that you were flirting with, she was flirting back. They were laughing. But then they tried to put her in it. I think she made a statement like, hey, don't misrepresent me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But just because he laughing and he flirting with people, all of a sudden that's a predator? And what do you expect a man to do? I mean, so a man can't flirt with a woman now? That's sexual assault? If that's the case, then men, what would you expect a man to do? Don't talk to you? Treat you like another man? Well, I said, that's a separate video in itself about what single men gonna do now, because either they find them a traditional woman, and where's the traditional women at? I said, I'm married, but where's the traditional women at? Because, you know, this Me Too crowd gonna make the marriage rate go down even further. If men feel they can't even talk to and engage with a woman without worrying about being sexual assault being put on you or your reputation ruined. Or they gonna what, start having to go overseas and get wives, or what they gonna have to do? So, you know, I'm just, you know, I mean, here, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of people tell me, you know, that, you know, Africans, the ones who, you know, African sisters have traditional values, or whatever woman you want to get is I don't know, but that's whatever man that may be listening. I don't know. But you got to find some, you say flirting is on a sex assault if the party is not interested or a receiving party can make. But to me, that's not flirting. Put it like this. If a man's flirting and a woman tells you to stop, okay, you know what I'm saying? And he keep doing it, I wouldn't say sexual assault. That's harassment. That's not sexual assault. That's harassment. Everything's not sexual assault. Because what you're doing is, when you use the word too much for any little thing, when you really have a sexual assault, you're minimizing it so much that now when somebody really sexual assaults, they're going to think, sure, they were flirting. You don't want that to happen. I've had family members that went through that, okay? And they didn't wait 20 years to report it to the police. They reported it to the police immediately. And it wasn't a joke. It was horrible for them. So, yeah, you gotta put your hands on people for sexual assault. Words isn't sexual assault. That's harassment. That's not sexual assault. These females and look, even other white men are sick and tired of these feminists. White men are tired too. The only thing they going along with that stuff. Now you got a couple of so-called simps, and I say simps like Mark Wahlberg that gave $1 million to Time's Up. They got white men is giving money to that. You know what I'm saying? But they giving money to that so they can frame it as black men. Black men is the one. But no. We know good and well who the original rapist was. The reason we got these light-skinned black people in our group right now is because that's the result of mass of raping black women. We know who the real original rapist is. We even know who leading rape right now. Look at the FBI stat. They don't talk about when they say all blacks commit 50% of the murders in the country, but they never say, well, you commit 67% of the rapes in the country. They never say that. That's an epidemic. But they never talk about that, do they? Just had one story the other day I posted by Instagram. Old white man got 90 days house arrest for raping a 5-year-old child, 5 years probation. That's all he got for raping a 5-year-old child because he was a rich businessman in California. Don't get me started talking about rape cases because on my other channel, Advice Show Media, I got a bunch of stories about them raping people, raping dogs, raping all kind of stuff. Anything with a hole, raping. But they never talk about the raping. But they were talking about blacks commit this. And then it's like, that's a different video. But the issue is, you're right, you should have been castrated. Well, you know what? I'm not going to really say what I want to say should happen to people like that because they get me in trouble. And I ain't talking about with YouTube. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that we need to love each other. I'm not for the pro-black extremism. If you're an extremist, if all you do is say coon 24/7, if you're not trying to build with black people, if you're not trying to heal black people, because black people are hurting. Black people got a lot of issues going on. If you're not trying to heal any of that, if you're not trying to unify with black people, you don't have to compromise who you are to try to work with and unify with black people. You don't have to compromise that. You don't. Some people get mad and say, why you talk to people in the Nation of Islam? They my brothers. Some people may say, well, why you talking to people in the conscious community like Sinetta? He my brother. Why you talk to this person that could be a Christian? They my brother. Why can't I talk to them? How am I talking about unifying and loving black people and I don't want to talk to nobody because they don't think like me? That's stupid. I'm not on that. I'm just not on that, man. I'm about for unification. And if you don't like something I do in my life, my personal life, or whatever my story may be, if you don't like it, then bye. I don't need you around here. I'm trying to work with us so we can I need to find out about that couple in Maryland. I know exactly what you're talking about. I need to find it out. If they Hebrew Israelite, I don't care what they are. If they're black people, I love them, and I wanna. Hopefully, I can work with them. I don't hate nobody, especially in my community. Why I'ma hate them? I just don't like that cooning. Shoot, you know, I'm gonna go on Jesse Lee Peterson's show next month. I'm gonna be out there, and I don't hate Jesse. I don't like the cooning he doing. He make me laugh. Did y'all hear that thing with Jesse, where he told Amber Rose that he's a slut maker? That was the funniest thing ever. I was crying laughing at Jesse when he said he was a slut maker. I said, man, Jesse, old school player, isn't he? That was the funniest thing I ever heard. And he said he was a slut maker. I didn't expect that out of Jesse Lee Peterson. But anyway, you ever to like I said, even Jesse Lee Peterson, believe it or not, he do all that cooning, but deep inside, he got a little love for black people there. I see it. I see it in him, and it's there. It's there. It's there. Now, we don't see it, but it's there. That was hilarious, Angelica. They say he was a slut maker. Yeah, that was the funniest thing ever. Even Amber Rose to take back at that. Of course, it's like my children. My children do things that's wrong. Recently, my teenage daughter did something that really pissed me off and her mama off. Oh my God, did she do something? But if I was acting like the pro-black extremist, I'd have threw her out the house and hate her and everything else. Children gonna mess up. You correct your children, you still love your children anyway. That's the way it works. You don't cast people aside because they make a mistake. You don't do that. Nah, I'm not telling. Nah, not on here. Maybe I'll tell that story on Patreon. But I ain't gonna tell that story here. I think I may tell that story on Patreon. I'm not gonna say what she did. No, it wasn't no sexual thing. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Thank God. But no, she just did something she had no business. And you know. And the reason why I won't say it because some of her little friends watch my videos, so that's the reason why I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to put it out there like that. That's why. That's why I say so many people watch my videos. I have to watch what I say. But anyway, guys, like I said, who gonna protect the reparations? Stop trying to do. No, she's not my oldest kid. No. My oldest one, she's doing good. She in school, she doing good. You know, she doing real good. I have 4 children. My youngest one is 3. And my oldest one is 18. She's gonna be 19 shortly. Nah, I wish that's what she would have did. But that would have been a problem too. That's one thing my kids have never done. They never took money from us. They never did that. Well, shoot, I don't keep cash money on me no way. I keep my money in the bank. That's why I tell people I'm not the guy to rob. You ain't getting nothing out of me. All I keep is haircut money in my pocket. That's it, and that ain't much. Well, you know, like I say, the banks. Well, let me tell you how I got with the bank I'm with now. I'm gonna tell you about that little short story. You said black-owned bank. No, I didn't even know a black-owned bank existed when I got my account, and that was 10 years ago. No one would give me a bank account, and then this goes back to loyalty. Nobody would give me a bank account at one point in time. They say, "Oh, you're bad with telecheck. You're bad with this. You're bad with that." Well, the one particular bank I'm with say, "Hey, we give you an account." And they gave me an account, and they've been cool with me ever since. So it's kind of like the loyalty thing. But I have to wait a little bit till I take care of some other business. But I'm going to move my account to, I'm going to have one account at one of the black-owned banks. I didn't really know it existed maybe about 2 years ago, which most black people don't even know they exist. And that's the problem with black-owned banks. They don't advertise. The white-owned banks advertise all day long. So it's the same thing with my cell phone carrier. Nobody will give me a phone at all. T-Mobile came in and say, "Hey, we give you a phone," and I've been with them and I ain't changing until they do something stupid, because they gave me a phone when nobody else would give me a phone. I just believe in like I told you, loyalty. As long as you treat me right, I'm gonna treat you right. That's any kind of relationship I'm in. Loyalty, friend, when it was boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, loyalty. The only way I'm gonna break that loyalty unless you really did something bad. You gotta do something bad, and to me, bad is like cheating, you know, things like that. I can work through other problems, but the cheating, you know, I can't do that because of all that lying and conniving, and then, you know, like say STDs, I can't do that. And I don't expect nobody to put up with anybody's cheating. But when it comes to cheating, it's not so cut and dry all the time. Because what if what if the relationship was just dead and it happened? Or, you know, or it's a lot of things that could be related to that. So I don't want to just say cut and dry, but for me, I know I don't do nothing to deserve that. So if it happens to me, and I know you're lying to do it, my thing is tell me if we got a problem, let's fix it in a relationship. Just tell me. We work that out. If we can't work that out, let's just go on separate ways. You ain't gotta do no cheating. You ain't gotta do all that. You don't. Just let me know what's up. Let me know that what we can fit. How we gonna fix it? Oh, if we can't fix it, let's go our separate ways. We don't need to be doing that lying and conniving. We don't need to do that. Mm-mm. Well, you're right about that. We need to be loyal to our community. So I have to be loyal in my news reporting. Certain things I'm not going to report. Someone say, "Why are you defending this and why are you defending that?" Because I'm trying to be loyal to my community. Okay, I'm trying to do what like those the white on news channels. They'll scream all day about what we do, but when they do, they're like, "Yeah, well, in other news, this person killed this person." Da, da, da. It's just a little short little thing they'll do, and then they'll move on like nothing happened. And we're like, they ain't even talk about that much. Why? Because they're staying on code. They're protecting their community. They don't want the image of white people looking bad. Well, I have to think the same way. I don't want the image of black people looking bad. And if I'm going to talk about it, it's going to be in a constructive criticism way. It's not going to be I hate black people. No, I was not born and raised in Houston. No. What? Respect what? Well, it's different forms of respect. It's general respect, respect for human beings, XYZ. That's a general respect. But respect should be earned in a personal way. Like if I say, "Oh, I respect that person," it's because they've done things for me to respect. If you're doing things I don't respect, I do things that don't. To me, respect is on a general basis. For me, I mean on a not general but individual basis. I respect everybody. No matter who you are, I respect you until you give me a reason not to. It's just that simple. I don't care what you do. I don't care what a woman do, men do. Everybody is an individual. Everybody. Because I can find in every race a reason to not respect them. Because everybody underneath the sun do wrong. They do evil. They don't do right. Trust me on that. Get to know people of the other races. They will tell you exactly what they got going on. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'll talk to you guys another time. But thank you, and catch a stream if you haven't checked it out. Make sure you subscribe, click the like button, and we'll catch you on